Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I do give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai Ba'Shem Kakadash, to the apostles, and else great millstone for teaching us his truth, peace, and blessings to the hope collective Israel. Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the heavenly falling Hebrew, Ba'Shem is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the begotten Son. Back in the lesson, and today we're going to go into the defiled bread, dealing with these unclean things that are within the food, the water, even the air that we breathe, and as to why this devil needs to be taken out, why he needs to go. So I have two articles I do want to dive into. I saw one of the brothers speaking on the nanoplastics being linked to heart attack and just these many other pretty much health problems. Now, we're going to start off right here dealing with this one, and we'll jump back to the other one because a few scripts at hand, and the Lord's will listen will be edifying into the point. So be quick through the spirit. Now it says microplastics found in nearly 90% of meat. 90%, so pretty much nearly all of it, Now, the microplastics found in nearly 90% of meat, plant-based alternatives, there is no escaping them. And you also see in this devil creating lab-grown meat, 3D printed meat. And these are things that they're planning to, push throughout a lot of these, supermarkets. And you're going to have a lot of people, flocking towards that as a so-called solution. Now, so it's not even plant-based food is safe from microplastics contamination. And, hey, who's the problem? Who's the one causing all these things? Esau, he is the cancer of the earth. I mean, just look at how the way he is ruling this place, man, in wickedness. Let's see what this video has to offer right here, and we'll read the rest of it. So you see even the water, the food, and there's even, contamination, chemicals and all this crap within the air. So you see how the devil's trying to destroy us in every way possible. Trying to constantly break down our bodies, make them weaker, especially make them more susceptible to their attacks. And, the things that they're doing. Even dealing with, pots and pans, things that you use to cook your food, and you'll have forever chemicals which can heavily damage your body and cause many problems. This devil needs to be taken out. He needs to go. He needs to go. So read into this and get the other article, and then we'll get those scriptures. Now it says new research finds that nearly 90% of proteins, yes, even vegan alternatives tested by researchers contained microplastics which have been linked to negative health consequences. Now, 16 types of protein sources, including chicken, beef, seafood, pork, tofu, and 3 plant-based alternatives were analyzed for microplastics in a study published Monday in the journal Environmental Pollution. Now, the samples were purchased in April 2022, and this was a little over a year ago, or actually the beginning of this year. Now it says 2 supermarkets and 1 grocery in Portland, Oregon area, according to the product packaging, they were produced in the U.S. As the researchers from Ocean Conservancy and the University of Toronto found that 88% of these samples contained plastic particles, implying that humans are likely to consume microplastics no matter their diet. So no matter what, so-called, safe route you may go through to try to you have the best possible food, it's still gonna have microplastics. This devil is just destroying everything. But it doesn't mean we still don't try to obviously eat the best we can. There's that saying how you pretty much pick the best from the worst. But it says nanoplastics linked to heart attack, stroke, and early death study find. So now you're seeing the many complications that comes from pretty much eating these things, especially over the course of all those years. Especially just with everything the devil has been doing. To the water, the air. It's not just the food. Now let's see. So people with microplastics or nanoplastics in their carotid, if I'm saying it correctly, artery tissues were twice as likely to have a heart attack, stroke, or die from any cause over the next 3 years than people who had none. A new study found says carotid. Like if I'm saying that wrong. So the arteries, which lie on each side of the neck and carry blood to the brain, can become clogged with fatty cholesterol plaques in a similar fashion as the arteries leading into the heart, a process known as atherosclerosis, saying that correctly. To date, our study is the first that associated plastic contamination with human diseases, said Rafael Marfella, lead of the author study, published Wednesday in New England Journal of Medicine. Now, read the last bit right here and look at the scriptures. Like I said, it's going to be a quick hit. As our data must be confirmed by other studies in our large populations, said Marfella, professor of internal medicine and director of the Department of Medical and Surgical Science at the University of Campania. But it says, however, our study convincingly highlights the presence of plastics and their association with cardiovascular events in the representative population affected by atherosclerosis. But you get the point, seeing those many complications that are coming from being exposed to those micro and nanoplastics that are especially just within your body already. But it started off with Ezekiel, the 4th chapter, verse 13, which is the main point. And now it says, "In the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread." Let's get the word defiled for edification's sake. Now it says, spoil, degrade, pollute, poison, corrupt, tarnish, foul, dirty. Hey, all those are fitting. But as even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread. And you see just the many crap and things that the devil has put within those foods, and also really just destroy our bodies, man, and try to take us out. Especially just putting certain unclean beasts into things, to make us go off and once and try to get us destroyed. This is why we need the Lord. One more time from the top. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat the defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. And from you see everything that's defiled, man. Once tonight, I like keeping up those points throughout this lesson. The water, the air, the food. Everywhere you turn is just all corrupted, man. Defiled. Revelation 11:18, especially with all the confusion, the wickedness that you see being pushed all throughout the earth. This devil is destroying things in every way possible. You see how he is running this earth, in wickedness. Revelation 11:18. But hey, just goes to show that, he is the wicked. He is the bad guy. As you get throughout many scriptures. This is Revelation 11:18. And the nations were angry when their wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great. Make point right here, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Who is destroying this earth, man? Esau, Edom. As I brought up, the point is the cancer of the earth. A virus that needs to be taken out, man. But you see how he is constantly corrupting this place and just defiling it, destroying it. Also Esau, being the so-called white man. Showing you who is in power today once again. I also add to that point, Job 9:24. And I might as well also get the book of Malachi to go to show who the wicked is speaking of. Now see, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Who is the wicked? You get the book of Malachi, the 1st chapter, goes to show Edom being called the border of wickedness. So showing you who that wicked is speaking of, as well as in the book of Genesis, the 27th chapter. Esau even blessing, which was the fatness of the earth. As well as that sword. But going to show who is this speaking of once again now. It says, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of judges thereof, if not aware in who is he. So you see how the wicked is ruling this earth. And you especially see how he is operating in wickedness, in confusion. All the things that are being promoted and pushed. There's a constant rebellion against Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai. This devil needs to go. There's 2 Ezra 15:6. Now it says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And you just see it in every way possible. Dealing with the food, the air, the water. Everywhere you look, it's just pure confusion, wickedness. At every turn. Within the movies, the cartoons, the TV shows, the news. Everywhere, man. Hey, we need the Lord bad. And you should want this place to be destroyed. We should want for all these things to happen, dealing with these plagues, these pestilences, these judgments. Everything the Lord is doing in this place. Now it says, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. Because, people are looking at us like we're crazy for saying that we want this place, to go down. Like we're the so-called bad guys. But hey, they're in for a rude awakening, man. But that's why you get in Micah 2:10, saying, our rest. I was about to get right here. As I rise and depart, for this is not your rest. And many of our people are comfortable. Jake loves it here, man. They have no problem with the way that this place is going. With all the confusion, the wickedness that's constantly being pushed. With the things that they're eating. I saw another video where someone says, I love eating Burger King. This best food. This and that. And she made an update video where she was pretty much on the toilet 24/7. Throwing up. This is not food, man. Now rising and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. This ain't our rest, this ain't our kingdom. And you should not want to be resting in this place in the first place, man. Especially when with all the confusion and wickedness that you see, the constant rebellion against the Lord. You should want this place to go down, man. But Ecclesiastes 1:14, that says, I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of the spirit. This place needs to go. It's all corrupted, man. It's all defiled. Now, it's Matthew 24:21-22, getting ready to close this thing out. Now, it says, verse 21, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. It's also going to show the times that we are coming into, and what the Lord's getting ready to do to this place, man. Because once, as we read from on top, or the middle part, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. So times like never before. Showing how bad and great this judgment really going to be. But also verse 22, one of the main points. And except the days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for your elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, or else we will be destroyed. The Lord is hastening those days. Especially while you see so many things happening. Also getting 2 Ezra 16th chapter, 37th verse. Going to those birth pains, especially how they continue to increase and get even worse as we get closer to that deliverance. So hey, we need the Lord back, man. We need the Lord. We need Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai. Because once again, look at all the things the devil is doing. There's Ecclesiastes 5:7. Hey, without the Lord, without Yahweh Shai, we'd be far gone by now already, man. Now, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. Make no delay. That's what many of our people, they're delaying. They're putting off the Lord. Because Jake would rather be wicked, man. Jake would rather go out and party and just be caught up in this, literal confusion. Jake doesn't care for this thing, man. Ultimately, it wasn't for them in the first place. Because the Lord is only looking for the elect. And make no tarrying to turn to the Lord and put off from day to day. For the suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Just when you think you're safe, just when you think you're protected, one more time, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Great destruction and judgments come to those that have not repented that are not seeking out the Lord, that want to continue to love and trust in this place in Esau, Edom, in Babylon the Great, you're going to be destroyed, man. Because as he got on top, make no tearing to turn to the Lord, putting off Yahweh Shemel Shai. But that's what our people are doing. And they're going to be gravely mistaken. That's why you can look at Proverbs, the first chapter, how the Lord's going to leave them to their own devices, man. It'd be your own fault. So that's me sitting on that right there. I just, want to make a quick lesson going into this. Saw one of the brothers speaking on these nanoplastics, and usually like to, make a lesson going to the defiled bread pretty much every now and then to, make more updates, because you see these doubles when they're trying to push 3D printed meat and chicken, lab grown meat and all this stuff, because this is what they're planning to what's going to push out. But that's really on that right there. Which I want to start the lesson, make it long as it be. I do want to close out and give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Kakadash, to the apostles and else great millstone for teaching us his truth, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of Israel. Shalom. See you next one. Lord's will.